In sooth, I not know why I'm so sad, man. And it's such a want with sadness that makes me dare much ado to know myself.
Your mind's tossing on the ocean.
Believe me, had I such ventures forth, the better half of my affections would be with my hopes abroad.
But tell not me, I know Antonio's sad to think upon the merchandise.
Believe me, no. My fortune makes me not sad, as my ventures are not in one but entrusted, nor to one place, nor to this whole estate. Therefore, my fortune makes me not sad.
Why, then you are in love.
Fie.
Not in love neither. Then let us say you are sad, because you are not merry, and 'twere as easy for you to laugh and leap and say you are merry, because you are not sad.
Here comes Bassanio, the most noble kinswoman Graziana, and Lorenzo. Fare you well. Leave now with better company.
Good morrow, my good friends.
Good signoras both. When shall we laugh? Say when. You grow exceedingly strange, must it be so?
We'll make our leisures to attend on yours.
My Lord Bassanio, since you have found Antonia, we too will leave you. But at dinner time, I pray you have in mind where we must meet.
I will not fail you.
You look not well, Signor Antonio. You have too much respect upon the world.
I hold the world but as the world, Graziana, where everyone must play a part, and mine is a sad one.
Let me play the fool. With mirth and laughter let old wrinkles come, and let my liver rather heat with wine than cool with mortifying groans. Come ye, good Lorenzo, fare ye well awhile. I'll end my exhortation after dinner.
Well, we'll leave you then till dinner time. I must be one of these same dumb wise men, for Graziana never lets me speak.
Well, keep me company but 2 years more. Thou shalt not know the sound of thine own tongue.
I'll go talk for this gear.
Thanks. In faith, for silence is only commendable in a neat's tongue dried and a maid not vendable.
Is that anything now?
Gratiana speaks an infinite deal of nothing, more than any woman in all Venice.
Well then, tell me, what lady is the same to whom you swore a secret pilgrimage that today you promised to tell me of?
'Tis not unknown to you, Antonio, how much I have disabled mine estate. To you I owe the most, in money and in love. And from that love I have a warranty, to unburden all my plots and purposes, how to get rid of all the debts I owe.
Without a doubt, you do me more wrong in making question of my uttermost. Then what if you had made waste of all I have, man? Then do. But say it to me, what should I do?
In Belmont is a lady richly left, and she is fair, and fairer than the words of wondrous virtues. Her name is Portia. Her sunny locks hang upon a temple like a golden fleece. But many Jasons come in quest of her. Oh, Antonio, had I but the means to hold a rival place with one of them?
Thou knowest that all my fortunes are at sea. Neither do I have the money, nor the commodity to raise the present sum. Therefore, go forth. Try what my presence in Venice can do that shall be racked until the utmost, to furnish thee to Belmont, to fair Portia. Go presently inquire, and so will I. No doubt when money is, I no question make, to have it for my trust and for my sake.
After she comes here.
This is Signora Antonia.
How like a fawning publican she looks. I hate her for she is Christian. But more than that, in a low simplicity, she lends out money gratis and brings down the state abundance with us here in Venice. If I can catch her once upon the hip, I will feed fat an ancient grudge I bear her.
Shylock, do you hear?
I'm debating of my present store, and by the mere guess of my memory, I cannot instantly raise up the full 3,000 ducats. But so, how many months do you desire?
Shylock, although I neither lend nor borrow, by giving or taking of excess, yet to supply the right wants of my friend, I'll break a custom. Is he yet possessed? How much he would.
Aye. 3,000 ducats.
And for 3 months.
3,000 ducats. 'Tis a good round sum. 3 months and 12, then.
Shylock, shall we be beholding to you or not?
Signora Antonia, many a time enough do you call me cutthroat dog, misbeliever, and spit upon my Jewish gabardine, all for use of that which is mine own. Well then, help is you need my help. Should I not say, hath a dog money? Is it possible a cur can lend me 3,000 ducats? Or Shall I bend low in a bondman's key with bated breath and whispering comers? Say this, fair sir, you spit on me Wednesday last. You spurned me such a day. Another time you called me dog, and for these courtesies I'll lend you thus much monies.
I am likely to do thee so again. Spit on thee again and spurn thee too, and if thou wilt not lend the money, bruv, lend it not. And as for thy friend, since when did friendship take a breeding barometer of a friend? Instead, rather lend it to thine enemy, for thou if he break, thou mayst better face exact a penalty.
Why, look you, how you storm. I would have your friendship and forget the shames that you stain me with. This is kind I offer.
This were kindness.
This is kindness I will show. Go with me to a notary, seal me there with your single bonded in merry sport, take no dote of unsense, and repay me such a sums as are expressed in the bond. If not, let the forfeiture be nominated as equal pound of your fair flesh, to be cut off and taken of what part of your body pleaseth me.
Content, I'll seal unto such a bond and say there's much kindness in the Jew.
You shall not seal to such a bond for me. I'd rather dwell in my necessity.
Right, fear not, man. I will not forfeit it. Within these 2 months, which is a month before this bond expires, I expect thrice 3 times the value of this bond.
Pray you tell me this. What should I gain by the exaction of the forfeiture? A pound of man's flesh taken from a man is not so estimable, profitable, neither as flesh taken from beefs, muttons, or goats. So I extend this friendship, if you will take it. If not so, adieu.
Yes, Shylock, I will seal unto the bond. Now hie thee, gentle Jew. The Hebrew will turn Christian if he grows kind.
I like not fair terms in a villain's mind.
Come on, in this there can be no dismay, as my ships come home a month before the day.
Come on!
Come on!
Nightingale, Venice! You done? Come!
Let's go, man!
Rapping the fire! 80K! Rapping the fire, you done? We're here! We're here! Boom! Look to her, Jane, and tell me not of mercy when she's at all that lent out money gratis.
Hear me yet, good Shylock.
I would have my bond. Thou wouldst call me a dog before thou hast cause. Well then, beware my fangs.
I pray thee, hear me speak.
I will not hear thee speak. I will not shake the head, sigh and relent to Christian intercessors.
It is the most impenetrable cur that ever kept with men.
I'll follow him no more with his bootless prayers. He seeks my life, and his reason, well I know. I oft delivered forfeitures that had time made known to me. Therefore he hates me blood.
But I'm sure the Duke will never grant this forfeiture to hold.
The Duke cannot deny the course of law, can he, blood? I pray God Bassanio come and see me pay this debt. Then I cannot.
Free Antonia! Free Antonia!
What? Is Antonia here?
Ready, so please your grace.
I'm sorry for thee. Thou art come to answer a stony adversary, and in your main rhetoric capable of pity, void and empty from any dram of mercy.
I have heard your grace. It ta'en great pains to qualify his rigorous course. But since he stands adjurate, I am armed and ready to suffer in quietness of spirit the very tyranny and rage of his.
Go on and call the Jew into the court.
He is ready at the door. Comes, my lord.
Make room and then stand before our face.
Look at
Justice!
Shylock, the world thinks, and I think so too, but thou but least this fashion of thy malice to the last air of act. But then 'tis thought thou show thy mercy and remorse more strange than is thy strange apparent cruelty, and where thou no exact penalty, which is a pound of his poor merchant's flesh. Thou wilt forgive, we all expect a gentle answer due.
I have possessed your grace of what I purpose, and by our holy Sabbath have I sworn to have the due and forfeit of my bond. You'll ask me why I rather choose to have a weight of carrying flesh than to receive 3,000 ducats? I'll not answer that.
That is no answer that one's feeling, man, to excuse the current of thy cruelty.
I'm not bid to please thee with my answer.
Do all men kill the things they do not love?
I tell any man that will not kill the thing he hates.
Every offence is not to hate at first.
What, would thou have a serpent sting thee twice?
Allow it, man!
I pray you think you question with the Jew. Use no more offers, make no farther means, but with all brief and plain conveniency, let me have this judgment and his due his will.
Thy 3,000 ducats. Here is 6.
I would have my bond.
How shalt thou hope for mercy rendering none?
What judgment shall I dread doing no wrong? The pound of flesh is mine, 'tis daily brought, and I will have it.
Upon my power, I may dismiss this court. As Bellario, a learned judge who I have sent for to determine this, come here today.
My lord, here now. Now here, Bellario must...
Bring us a letter and call the messenger.
Yes, your honour.
Good cheer, Antonio. The Jew shall have my flesh, blood, bones and all, ere thou shalt lose for me one drop of blood.
I am tainted wether of the flock, meetest for death. The weakest kind of fruit drops earliest to the ground.
Here he is, sir.
Cami from Padua, from Bellario.
From both, my lord. Bellario, greet your grace.
Why doth thou whet thy knife so earnestly? To cut the forfeit from that bankrupt there.
Not on thy soul, but on thy soul, harsh Jew. Thou makest thy knife keen, but no metal can. Not the hangman's axe bear half the keenness of thy sharp envy. Can no prayers pierce thee?
None that thou hast wit enough to make.
Oh, be thou damned and smooth over, thy life let justice be accused. Thou almost makest me waver in my faith.
Repair thy wit, good Jew, till thy faith will fall to careless ruin.
This letter from Bellario doth commend a young and learned expert to our court. Where is he?
He attended here hard by, to know your answer, whether you'll admit him.
With all my heart. Come you from our Bellario?
I did, my lord.
You are welcome. Take your place. Are you aware of the current difference that holds this present question in court?
I'm informed thoroughly of the cause, which is the magic here in which the Jew.
Antonio and old Shylock both stand for.
Is your name Shylock?
Shylock's my name.
Of a strange nature is the suit you follow, yet in such rule that the Venetian law cannot impugn you as you do proceed. You stand within his danger, do you not?
Aye, so he says.
Do you confess the bond?
I do.
Then must the Jew be merciful.
Upon what compulsion?
In the course of justice, none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy, and that same prayer doth teach us all to render the deeds of mercy. I've spoke this much to mitigate the justice of thou plea, which if thou follow, this court must needs give a sentence against the merchant here. Is she not able to discharge the money?
Yes, here, I tender it for him in the court, twice the sum. And if it will not suffice, then I'll be bound to pay it 10 times over. I forfeit of my head, my hands, my heart.
It must not be. There is no power in Venice can alter a decree established.
A Daniel has come to judgment.
I pray you, let me look upon the bond. Shylock, there is thrice thy money offered thee.
I would have my bond.
Why this bond is forfeit? And lawfully by this the Jew may claim a pound of flesh to be by him cut off nearest your heart. Be merciful, take thrice thy money, bid me tear the bond.
An oath I have in heaven, I will not perjure myself, no, not for Venice.
Most heartily, I do beseech the court to give the judgment.
Why then? Thus it is, you must prepare your bosom for his knife. For the intent and purpose of the law hath full relation to the penalty, which here appeareth to you upon the bond. Therefore lay bare your bosom. Are there balance here to weigh the flesh?
I have them ready.
Have by some surgeons Shylock on your charge to stop her wounds, lest she do bleed to death.
'Tis not so nominated in the bond.
It is not so expressed, but what of that? To good you do so much for charity.
I cannot find it.
You merchant, have you anything to say?
I am armed and well prepared.
Judgment, finally.
Fare you well, Bassanio. Grieve not that I have fallen to this for you, but repent that you shall lose a friend. And I repent not that I pay your debt. For if the Jew do but cut deep enough, I'll pay it presently with all my heart.
Antonio, I am married to a wife who is as dear to me as life itself.
but life itself, my wife, and all the world are not more esteemed above thy life.
We trifle time, proceed to judgment.
A pound of that same merchant's flesh is thine. The court allows it and the law doth give it.
How wise judge, how I honour thee.
And you must cut this flesh from off her breast. The law allows it and the court awards it.
Judgment, come, prepare.
Tarry a little. There is something else. This bond doth give thee here no jot of blood. The words expressly are a pound of flesh. So then take thy forfeiture, take thou thy pound of flesh, but in cutting it, if thou dost shed one drop of Christian blood, thy lands and goods are confiscated by the laws of Venice into the states of Venice.
Judge Mark, Jew, a learned judge.
Is that the law?
Thyself shalt see the act, and as thou urgest justice, be assured, thou shalt receive justice more than thou desirest.
A learned judge, Mark, Jew, a learned judge.
Then I will take this offer, pay the bond price, and let the Christian go.
Yes, here's the money.
Soft. The Jew shall have all justice, soft, no haste. He shall have nothing but the penalty.
Oh, Jew, an upright judge, a learned judge.
Therefore, prepare thee to cut off the flesh. Shed thou no blood, nor cuttest more or less than just a pound. If thou cuttest more or less than just a pound, thou diest, and all thy goods are confiscated.
A second Daniel, a Daniel Jew. Now, infidel, I have you on the hip.
Why doth the Jew pause? Take thy forfeiture.
Shall I not have my principle?
Here, I have it for thee.
He hath refused it in the open court. He shall have merely justice and his bond.
A Daniel still say I, a second Daniel. I thank thee, Jew, for teaching me that word.
Shall I not have barely my principle?
Thou shalt have nothing but the penalty to be taken at thy peril, Jew.
Then the devil has made good of it.
Tarry, Jew. The law hath yet another hold on you. It is enacted in the laws of Venice that if be proved against an alien, that by direct or indirect attempts he seek the life of any citizen, the party to which he contrives shall seize one half of his goods. The other half shall go to the privy coffer of the state, and the life of the offender lies within the mercy of the Duke. Down, therefore, and beg mercy of the Duke.
Beg that thou mayst have leave to hang thyself.
I pardon thee my life before thou ask it. For half thy wealth, it is Antonia's, the other half come to a general state, which humbleth my drive into a fine.
Thou takest my life when thou takest the means whereby I live.
What mercy can you render him, Antonia?
A halt to gratis, nothing else for God's sake.
Two things provide more than of this offer. That he presently become Christian. Other, that he do record a gift. That here in the court, all his dies possessed unto his son Lorenzo and his daughter.
Yes, you shall do it. Or else I do recant the pardon late pronounced here.
Art thou contented, Jew? What dost thou say?
I am content.